May 6th. This is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topics are Taiwan's WHA debate and Taiwan baseball game. First, I want to talk about Taiwan's WHA debate. WHA will have a debate on May 18th. And actually, the theme is, should Taiwan become a WHA observer? According to Fox News, U.S. President Donald Trump will launch a proposal aiming to help Taiwan return to WHO. And many countries show their support to Taiwan, such as Honduras, Japan, and EU. However, no matter what the result is, I want to emphasize the world gives Taiwan credits on its hard work fighting against COVID-19. And just like what CECC head Chen Shizhong said, he said that Taiwan needs WHO just like WHO needs Taiwan. Personally, I think this debate on May 18th is just a gesture. Under the suppression of China, most likely it will be hard to pass. Come on. Isn't this really ridiculous? I can't believe that Taiwan becomes a WHO observer needs such a debate. I think Tedros is doing this just to stop the blame. Maybe it is a good idea, like Pompeo once said, U.S. should establish its own health organization. We can call it like AHO, American Health Organization. And you know, some people even criticize WHO as CHO, that is China Health Organization, because, you know, Tedros pretty much do whatever China tell him to do. Second, about Taiwan baseball game. You know, it's kind of very famous now. We call it like, it's a game, the Chinese Professional Baseball League. Why do we say that it's famous worldwide? Because it is the first baseball game in 2020. And you know how they really play the game with 500 robust fans cheering. And one of the team's elephant mascot even ironed their shirts on the side of the court. And it is very cute. You know, even better, I want to say that, well, actually, we're going to have a very real game. They're going to let 1,000 audience into the stadium this Friday, which is also the first since the start of pandemic. Taiwan helps again. I will also want to share this with you. You know that the third round of max donation has begun. And actually, I want to emphasize that Taiwan donate more than like 24 million masks to the world. And this really is out of compassion and care. We don't really expect this to be an exchange for the entrance ticket of WHO. As to whether WHO and China will still exclude Taiwan or pressure Taiwan, I think the whole world is watching. And I believe justice will prevail. Here are the top stories. Today, we have one confirmed case, and it is imported. And also, this is a woman in her 30s and who works in a travel agency in England. Also, we'll talk about this while we talk about how the world thinking about WHO. Breitbart News Network published an article. WHO continues to obey China, ignores Taiwan coronavirus success. And actually, it wrote, China forced Taiwan out of the global body in 2019 after the election of President Tsai Ing-wen, who China views as a separatist. And it has blocked every effort since for Taiwan for kind of regain even observer status at WHO's annual policy meeting, or insisting Taiwan should not receive any consideration or honors that would be afforded to be a full nation state. Australia supported Taiwan, also supported Taiwan involvement in the WHO. Australia government, Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade spokesperson said the global coronavirus, actually, pandemic need a global response. And there should be a close working relationship between the WHO and all health authorities, including Taiwan. As I mentioned earlier, well, I did talk about the Taiwan's baseball game, and actually the New York Times published an article about Taiwan's baseball season, and the title is Taiwan Says Play Ball, you know, with cardboard fans and robot drummers. And you can see these fans, actually, they are made by cardboard. You can see here, they are not real people, but look very genuine, right? So isn't it really cute and very creative? Now, it's the tension between U.S. and China on a higher level. U.S. Defense Secretary Mark Esper, during a press conference, said that while the Chinese Communist Party wraps up its disinformation campaign, and actually all the disinformation campaign really to try to shift blame and burnish its image. And we continue to see aggressive behavior by the PLA in South China Sea. We know that when he talked about the PLA means People's Liberation Army. He also said last week, 2 U.S. Navy ships conducted freedom of navigation operations in the South China Sea to send a clear message to Beijing that America will continue to kind of protect the freedom of navigation and commerce for all nations, large and small. And on the other hand, the relationship between U.S. and Taiwan is getting closer. We will say that when speaking of Taiwan, U.S. Department of State spokesperson Morgan Ortega said, this is what went for. This is what really friends and partners do. She said, we also continue to call for Taiwan to have meaningful participation in the WHO. The WHO, instead of ignoring Taiwan, should bring Taiwan in for meaningful participation and observer status. And also, she said that as WHO, there's many lessons that the world can learn from how Taiwan developed with the whole COVID-19. And actually, we certainly think the world should be using Taiwan as an example. And also, I said that Taiwan can help. Taiwan donates more than 7 million masks in the third round of international aid. And so this is a distribution. Let's take a look at how this mask really go to different countries. You can see that 2.28 million to the U.S. federal and state governments, 1.3 million to EU and the European countries, 1.09 million to Taiwan's allies, and the other go to African nations and healthcare workers based in Syria, and also to the new southbound policy partner. Except for this, I want to talk about the Chinese relations. You know that there are press talking about how the Taiwanese artists in China, what I told artists like movie stars or singers, actually they must remain what they call a political correct for 10 years. And they have to sign something like a contract. But China's Taiwan Affairs Office spokeswoman Zhu Fenglian denied it. She said that actually, it's not true. She said rumors were inaccurate, but what she said, she said, we will not allow a small number of people to make money in the mainland while supporting Taiwanese independence at the same time. So isn't it ironic to say that? Well, a fashion brand from Los Angeles, UNIF, posts information about shipment, and the list of countries that they were sent to includes China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. A netizen from China really just can't stand it and arguing that Hong Kong is not a country. You know what they reply? Actually, it's very interesting that the UNIF insists that Hong Kong is a country and emphasize Taiwan is an independent country too. So I think this is very interesting that when we talk about the situation of China and Taiwan, you see that we started to have friends and friends around the world because we are very happy to do that. We like to do, Taiwan can help and Taiwan is helping and Taiwan helps again. This is today The View. I'm Catherine Chang. I'll see you tomorrow.